In a quiet village, there lived a young boy named Arav. Arav was a kind-hearted and diligent boy, but he lacked self-confidence. He always believed that success was reserved for those with extraordinary talents, and he considered himself to be just another average person with no exceptional abilities. One of Arav's biggest passions was playing the piano. Whenever he watched renowned musicians perform on TV, he admired them deeply, but felt that he could never reach their level. They must be born with such talent, he thought. I'll never be as good as them. His parents and teachers, however, always encouraged him, saying, Arav, if you practice every day, you too can become as great as they are. But Arav didn't believe them. He doubted his own abilities. One day, the town announced a grand music competition. Young musicians from all over the town were excited to participate, and Arav's best friend Vikram urged him to take part. Arav, you're great at playing the piano. You should definitely join, he said. But Arav shook his head. I'm not talented enough. I can't win against others. That evening, Arav was sitting on the porch, feeling down. His grandfather noticed his sadness and asked, What's troubling you, my boy? Arav sighed and replied, I love playing the piano, but I'll never be good enough to win any competition. I'm just wasting my time. His grandfather smiled warmly and said, Let me tell you a story that might change your perspective. Many years ago, in a distant village, there lived a blacksmith named Kishan. Kishan wasn't the strongest man, nor the quickest in his work. But he had one dream, to forge the most exquisite sword ever made. The other blacksmiths laughed at him, saying, You lack the skill to create such a sword. You will never succeed. But Kishan didn't let their mockery discourage him. Every day, he woke up before dawn to practice his craft. In the beginning, his swords were weak and often broke under pressure. But he didn't give up. He studied the best techniques, experimented with different metals, and practiced tirelessly, day after day. Years passed, and his skill grew. One day, the king held a competition to find the finest sword maker in the kingdom. Kishan entered the contest, and to everyone's surprise, he emerged victorious. The king was so impressed with his work that he appointed Kishan as the royal swordsmith. The grandfather paused and looked at Arav. Do you understand now, my boy? Kishan was not born with exceptional talent. He created his own talent through persistent effort and practice. Just like Kishan, you too can achieve greatness with hard work. Arav thought long and hard about his grandfather's words. For the first time, he understood that success wasn't just about being born with talent. It was about persistence, effort, and believing in oneself. The very next morning, Arav made a decision. He would no longer doubt himself. He committed to practicing every day, no matter how challenging it would be. He woke up early, dedicating extra hours to playing the piano, focusing on improving his skills. At first, it was difficult. He made mistakes, and there were times when he felt like giving up. But he remembered Kishan's story and pushed through the difficulties. Weeks turned into months, and gradually, Arav's playing improved. His fingers moved more fluidly over the keys, and his music began to sound better and more confident. On the day of the competition, Arav stood backstage, watching others perform beautifully. But instead of feeling intimidated, he told himself, I've worked hard, and I'll do my best. When his turn arrived, Arav walked confidently onto the stage. He poured his heart into his performance, his fingers gliding over the piano keys with grace. The music flowed beautifully, better than he had ever imagined. As he finished, there was a brief silence before the audience erupted into applause. Arav couldn't believe it. He had done it. When the results were announced, Arav was awarded second place. But more importantly, he had won something far more valuable: self-belief. He had proven to himself that with effort, dedication, and belief, anything was possible. From that day on, Arav no longer doubted his abilities. He continued practicing, improving, and achieving greater success in his musical journey. He realized that talent isn't something you are born with, it's something you build through hard work. You can achieve anything if you truly put in the effort. The key to success is not waiting for talent to appear, but to start, keep improving, and most importantly, to believe in yourself.